1 assist and 12 turnovers in the first half to 13 and 16 for the game. How much of it was just a case of kind of figuring things out against South Carolina defensively, or what contributed to the better ball movement?
Yeah, I think some of it was getting more and more used to our opponent as the game went on. We had some foolish ones in the first half. And you've got to credit them. That's what they do. They speed you up. They play as hard as anyone in college basketball. They've got great speed and quickness at 5 positions. Tremendous physicality. They're always prepared, and they overplay everything. And so they make it very difficult for you to play the way you're accustomed to playing. And I thought in the first half we allowed them to speed us up to speed us up. I mean, we just put our head down, and despite knowing that they do a great job swarming to the basketball, moving with the ball, we had at least 3 charges that I can remember. Just trying to hit some home runs, I thought. Had a couple turnovers where, we got a little bit too antsy to get rid of it because of the pressure that we were feeling. I thought in the second half, and let me make one more point. In the first half, I thought their zone press was a huge factor. It really slowed us down as a curveball to all the pressure that they give you. In the second half, I thought overall we attacked their zone press better, and our guards did a really good job of, first off, doing more ball handling. We kept it in their hands more, and they made really good decisions. They slowed themselves down a little bit, played off of 2 feet, had some early pitches as opposed to getting too deep and letting them swarm to the ball. It's a long answer for you, sorry Kevin, but I want to be thorough there. Biggest factor in the game was obvious, was your question. I mean, it was the 12 turnovers. It was 12 and then 4 in the second half, correct? Yeah. Biggest factor in the game there. I thought we were a little bit better defensively in the second half, but that was the big factor there.
You guys kept it within 8 points in the points in the paint category. Was that a good margin to stay around?
I don't know. I guess it would just depend on the opponent and the amount of possessions and all those things. But we were okay there. I thought the last 7 minutes or so, we kind of were feeling ourselves in terms of wow, we didn't expect to score like this against South Carolina. Heck, we scored as much in the second half as I think we scored up there, period, over 40. And I thought that our interior defense wasn't quite as sharp, but it's really hard to guard Sandarius Stonewall. My goodness, he's a handful. He knows how to draw contact and get to the foul line, and they run good stuff. And, they beat us there to 3 or 4 offensive rebounds that I thought we were getting those. And Kayvon Allen and Chris Chioza, as of late, and Kayvon today, we were getting those balls. Devin Robinson got some tonight. We didn't down the stretch we didn't maintain that as well as we could have.
The extra passes, a couple of Keystone,
Yeah.
Kayvon, even a couple extra passes, netting you some big 3-point shots.
Yeah, and I think against these guys, and again, they're terrific. You're not going to score off the first pass, and you're not going to score off the first screen or the first drive. They're too good defensively, and there's a few teams in our league like that. These guys as good as anybody, of course, but different programs call them different things. We just call them simply extras, as you did, Chris. We talk about multiple attacks coming into this game the last 72 hours, knowing that you're not going to score, that early. You're not going to have an open look that early. So, better job in the second half because we didn't turn the thing over, and we had some possessions where it was the 3rd, 4th, or even 5th guy after some extras, after some attacking of closeouts, playing under control off of 2 feet, where we got some of our best looks of the night.
I know there's probably not one explanation for 0 3-pointers from Columbia and 9 tonight. I know extra passes, familiarity with the gym, but how big was it when Kayvon hits the one to start the game?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I know I felt better, so I'm sure my team did.
we've discussed Kayvon's assertiveness all season.
Yeah.
What clicked tonight? Was there a recent conversation with him to drive that point home again?
Yeah, a lot of the same things that we talk about. I talk to my team about. I'm pretty open about it. We've challenged Kayvon since he's been here to become a better rebounder, and to become the best defender that he can be. At times, he's a terrific defender. He's still growing. He's a sophomore. He's been a good defender for us this year. He's got a chance to become the best defender on the team in time, and it will continue to be the challenge to him. But he's never rebounded like he did tonight. So he embraced the challenge. The challenge to our team has been, as we talked about the other day, not one guy can do what John did for us. We've got to do it all as a team. We've got to do it collectively. We're not just going to get it done with the fives. Casey and Chris, you got to get more rebounds. Kane's got to get Devin like he did tonight. And Kayvon probably had the biggest area for improvement. And I thought it got him going. I really did. I think that as a basketball player, sometimes when you're feeling good about one thing, it may lead to another thing. And you're playing clear-minded and conscious-free. I just got a huge rebound. Coach has been asking me. Devin's happy with me that I got that rebound. I see Johnny Bruno over there clapping for me. Maybe you shoot a higher percentage. He was awesome on both sides of the ball.
Well, maybe you attack the basketball because you were wanting him to do that.
Yeah, and another part of physicality with him, not only the defensive rebounding, but getting 14 free throw attempts is something that he's got the ability to do more often, and he showed tonight how capable he is.
Mike, I know this
say
is,
that when he hits his first shot, everybody kind of knows it's going to be a good night. Is that kind of what you feel when you see, because you see him every day?
Yeah, I think certain guys on certain teams have that effect on their team. Kayvon certainly has that effect on our team because his aggressiveness level isn't always consistent. And so when he makes one, I think his teammates know that that might lead to more aggressiveness by him, and they feel better because they all want him to be aggressive. I think Canyon Berry's got that effect on our team as well.
Mike, I know this might be hard to quantify, but how much do you sense this year that you guys just kind of know what you expect from them, what you want, even sometimes maybe before you have to tell them compared to last year when everything was new?
I think that's a big factor. It's part of building your own culture. And, I think coaches that take over new programs, you guys know this, what I think of the old regime. I think coaches are quick to talk about they've got to rebuild a culture. And sometimes, like in my case, you've got an incredible culture. But it wasn't necessarily your own culture. And so things are said a little bit differently, and expectations may be a little bit different of this as compared to that. And then, of course, we struggled there for a couple of years. Last year we kind of got it going back in the right direction, of course, but culture is huge. Our guys have been a really good culture team this year. They understand what we're looking for schematically, on and off the court. As much as anything with this year's team, we got a good group of guys, and they like each other a lot. They're more bought in, not necessarily just to my staff and I, but they're more bought into each other. And I think that's sometimes underappreciated.
Stone looked like he was a little bit more himself tonight, whereas Canyon looked a little rusty. How would you assess both of them?
Canyon, he gives us 9 minutes, and he hasn't practiced in 2 days. And I don't know that you win a game without him spelling people. I mean, we were, and that's not what his role is for this team, of course. He's had a great year. He's out there on a bum ankle. He didn't look the same athletically, but he did his best to gut it out and help us. He'll be, I'm sure Saturday he'll be back closer to 100%. But I credit him for giving it a
You go back
giving it a go.
You go back to the Vandy game, which was kind of a low point. You see where you are now, 9 games later. Did you see this coming, that your team would respond in the way they have?
I mean, I guess you hoped for it. Every team's different. Every program's different. Over the last 9 games, They expect to make this many shots. You hope for it. But the challenge has been to guard at this level. And over the last 9, I can't say that every minute we have, but we've been a lot closer to it in these past 9 to that max out defensive performance than we were, I think, in the previous 6 or 7 or however many there were when, you know, we lost to Vandy at home, or even in a couple wins where we just didn't defend at the level that we're defending and rebounding right now.
Mike, looking ahead a little, how much more challenging or difficult do you expect it to be preparing for Kentucky, not only on the road, but without John Agbuna?
Well, more challenging for sure. I think we can go up there and if we play really well, have a chance to win. I do. I think that. I think our guys think that. But everybody's got to be a little bit better without John, of course. And collectively, we've got to find a way to be better on the interior. All of us just a little bit better because you don't have our big girth guy. Got to find a way to defend their bigs, especially starting with Adebayo, of course, and how to defensive rebound. It'll be difficult, and everybody's better at home as well. It's a difficult challenge. It'll be a high-level basketball game. None of us are ready for it right now. We're enjoying beating South Carolina, but I know when that thing's tipped on Saturday, got a bunch of guys getting after it. We'll be excited about it.
Somebody on Twitter called Chris Shields a Houdini. Do you think that's an accurate nickname?
Houdini?
Yeah.
We'll stick with Cheese. We don't need him trying to be even more tricky with his passes than he already is, but he is a terrific passer. He's one of the best passers I've coached. Maybe second best behind Speedy Smith, who led the nation in assists for us at Louisiana Tech. But Chris is faster and he's better defensively. Chris was really good tonight.